Hey yo, I'm back with another video. And today I want to talk about the Charles Oliveira situation. He recently got knocked out by Ilia Topuria. I think it was last month. I think it was in July, right? I mean, Charles Oliveira got knocked out, and now he is supposed to fight against Rafael Fiziev uh, on October 11th. I don't think that is a good thing for Charles Oliveira to be fighting against somebody like Rafael Fiziev right after getting knocked out by Ilia Topuria. This is October 25, and let me just take a look at Oliveira's record. When was this last fight? June 28th. 28 June, July 28th, October, July, August, September, and October. So that is basically a 4-month break for Charles Oliveira to be. I mean, look, if you lost a decision against Ilia Topuria, or if you lost a decision against someone and that fight was pretty lackluster, then I can see him getting back in the octagon really quick. But now, that didn't look good, man. That did not look good for Oliveira because he got knocked out clean. How is he even cleared for fighting right after that vicious knockout? That was not even a TKO. That was like a clear knockout. And right after the knockout, he's coming back and fighting against somebody like Rafael Fiziev, who is also a really good striker. Of course, Oliveira will have the grappling advantage over Rafael Fiziev. He will also be bigger than Fiziev. I think he's like significantly bigger than Fiziev. But still, I just do not see the point of making a really quick return. Maybe he needs a lot of money. I think that has to be the biggest motivator. If it is not for money, then I do not see the reason why we would come back and fight that quick with someone. Yeah. I mean, why would you just make that quick of a comeback? Uh, it makes no sense. And then fight against Ilia Topuria, like, that also showed some holes in Charles Oliveira's game. He chin after a knockout from like, how is his chin right after the knockout? Like, is his chin compromised? There is a good chance that his chin is completely compromised after a knockout like that. Maybe, I'm not saying a maybe. I'm saying definitely his chin is really compromised after a knockout like that. I don't know if his chin has completely recovered because normally when boxers get knocked out, I think it was Manny Pacquiao when he got knocked out. Freddie Roach kept him away from all kinds of sparring and training for like a year. He was not allowed to get punched on his face for like a year. And it was only after a year when he made his return to sparrings and then eventually into fighting. And Oliveira is pretty much doing the opposite of that. He is just making a quick comeback and he's fighting against somebody like Rafael Fiziev. If there is one thing that Rafael Fiziev is really good at, that is that is beating people up, that is with his fist and his kicks. Of course, there is a chance that Charles Oliveira can win this fight by using his grappling. But then again, you never know. You never know. After a knockdown like that, after a knockout like that, after a beating that he took, he got knocked down by the first punch, then there was the second punch, and then Ilia Topuria landed a hammer fist. So definitely, Oliveira was completely out in that fight. So for him to be making a return and fighting against Fiziev within like 4 months of his uh knockout loss. Look, if he's fighting in 4 months, that means he's going to camp. He's going to get into camp right now. That means if he's going to get into camp, that means that he's going to spar at least once a week. Enough, like he is going to do a hard spar at least once a week. And also, he trains out of Sugar Box, right? That is the name of their gym, and they are known for their hard sparring. So for them to be like, uh, for Oliveira to be like making that fast of a comeback, I just don't think it makes a lot of sense. Then again, what do I know? I'm not a professional fighter, so Oliveira might, get a win against Rafael Fiziev, and then the next thing we know that all of us, all the MMA community who's calling for saying that this is a wrong thing will be proven right, will be proven wrong, and then Oliveira continues to build on his legend. Will Oliveira become UFC champion once again. No, he's not going to become a champion once again because he is 35 years old and he got knocked out really bad. He has had 46 fights in his career. So 47 fights at the age of 35 is legendary. One of the most entertaining fighters, definitely the man with the most number of submissions, I believe, to the box, say, the Lima. Like, no matter what happens, this fight, Charles Oliveira will always be as a UFC lightweight champion. He will always be known as a legend of this game. But yet, as a fan, as somebody who do not want to see fighters end up like a BJ Penn or Stephen Bonner or like a 24, like 24 Gibson has been looking good. Like ever since he has left UFC, he's actually looking better. He's going to be fighting against Todd Puppy. I'll probably talk about that as well, how that is also really depressing, but it is what it is. For Charles Oliveira to be fighting against Rafael Fiziev at this point of time, look, if you look at the report, I think Oliveira is definitely much better than Rafael Fiziev. Fiziev has had only 70 fights, whereas Oliveira has had 47 fights. 47 goddamn fights. That's like almost the 3 times of what Fiziev has fought in his career. And Oliveira has 47 fights. The lose or draw, that is a crazy report to have in itself. And like, Oliveira should take it slow. That's what I'm trying to say. The dude is 35. You should take a break, maybe take a 6 month break, then come back and get a good fight against somebody like a Daniel Darius or I don't know, man. Somebody like maybe I mean look, TCM versus Oliveira. If Oliveira is properly rested, he's properly healed up, he's back in his form, then of course Oliveira is going to defeat Rafael Fiziev at least by an unanimous decision, if not by a finish. I will always pick Oliveira to win. If both of them were uh, on equal footings, then definitely I'd pick Oliveira to win against Fiziev because he is more skilled. Oliveira is more well-rounded. He is definitely the better grappler, the better wrestler, the better submission artist. He's also a decent striker. He's not really a bad striker. He might not be defensively sound, but he can definitely take a punch and not give to back and return and then eventually use that to get a win. He can do that. Oliveira is really good, or at least that. And but still, in this fight, I just don't see the point of taking a fight this quick. Until unless you need a lot of money. We do not know the reason behind it. We do not know what goes on back behind the scenes. We do not know what kind of problems that he's dealing in his personal life, like financial problems. Those are real pain in the ass. So definitely, like if that's the case, then I can understand. But it is what it is, man. Oliveira is already signed on the dotted line, so he's definitely going to be fighting. Definitely going to fight against Rafael Fiziev. And currently, at this very moment, I'm seeing Rafael Fiziev get this win just because Oliveira has taken, because he has been knocked out really clean. And a quick turn back after the knockout does not really look the same. Like, look at Tony Ferguson. At one point of time, when he got knocked out really brutally by, he did not get knocked out. Like, he took a really bad beating from Justin Gaethje. And after that beating, when he came back, he lost to Charles Oliveira. He lost to Peniel Darius. And then he got knocked out by Michael Chen. So he went on a 6-fight losing streak uh, after losing to Justin Gaethje. He went on to lose the next 6-7 fights that he had in the UFC. I just do not want to see Charles Oliveira going through a similar kind of career trajectory. After losing to Ilia Topuria, I don't want to see Charles going on this long streak of losses in his career. I just do not want to see that. I guess that is it from today's video. You guys can tell me what you think regarding this situation of Charles Oliveira taking his comeback fight really quick on October 25th against Rafael Fiziev. If you think that this was a good decision on Oliveira's part, write me in the comments, like this video, share this with your friends and family. Definitely subscribe to my channel. Alright? Subscribe. Peace out.